Hey everyone, a very warm welcome to everyone to Decrypting Metaverse. This long awaited evening where we dive into all the things digital and metaverse related is finally upon us. And for a session devoted to something as confusing as metaverse, we can only hope to have a grasp on it only if we are in the company of someone who's extremely knowledgeable. That is exactly the case tonight, as I'm honored to introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Raktim Singh, who works in blockchain, digital transformation, digital anthropology, along with being a TEDx speaker and also author of Amazon's bestseller, Driving Digital Transformation. Technology always intrigued him, and he found a very productive way of exploring his interest through writing articles and blogs. His website, www.raktimsingh.com, contains more than 60 articles on topics ranging from metaverse, NFTs to automation and smart building. Now, when talking about his educational background, he has done his BTech from IIT BHU. He started his professional career by joining Infosys in 1995. From day one, he got the opportunity to work in Infosys' financial suite of products. He has more than 26 years of experience and he had played various roles ranging from strategy, product evangelization to product development and implementation of these products across the globe. Well, currently he's playing a pivotal role in digital banking transformation and development of various products which will help bank in becoming truly and really digital. Apart from these major accomplishments, he is also a very capable mentor, something that will definitely be of benefit to all of us young techies this evening. So please join me in welcoming him, and we are glad to have you with us, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Dipanshu, and good evening to each one of you. Glad to be here. So, should I share my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so Dipanshu, am I audible? And
Yeah,
is
you're
my
audible
screen
as
with
well as yeah, it's good.
my screen which says key to metaverse, key to
Yeah.
experience economy? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So once again, good evening to all the students, and today I'm going to talk about metaverse, which is of course, the buzzword at the moment. So, as the of course the title of my PPT is key to experience economy, but I will try to decrypt the metaverse as the topic of this session is. So let's deep dive into this. To start with, I will first give some basic definition of that. Uh, Metaverse is a networked or shared, I will say, 3D plus plus virtual world, which is immersive, intuitive, interactive, collaborative. It is a combination of two words, meta and verse, which is what meta means beyond, and verse is universe. So it's like beyond universe. And first, it was used by author Neil in 1992 in his science fiction novel Snow Crash. And post that, we have seen movies like Ready Player One, Matrix, and there are many other which are trying to depict that beyond universe this concept. So let's deep dive further. Mm, in metaverse, it's a virtual world where people can connect, attend meeting, watch various places, play game, watch movies, or what all else have happened in a real life that can happen there. Now, of course, the beauty is that you are able to attend all those things by being at sitting at your home, and yeah, you can virtually join or attend any meeting which is happening in any other location and in any other country. So analogy could have been that maybe this meeting, and whenever we have the good metaverse platform, if we organize that, though at the moment it is we are on a call, so it will look like that we are sitting in an auditorium. And already some platforms are available, though I will not call them fully metaverse, but there are certain platform available which have started hosting meeting. The example which I'm giving, where there are conference room, and again people from different locations are connecting, joining that conference room, go on stage, talk about it, and the audience is sitting. But of course, there is much more need to get involved. But concept wise, this is the concept. It's like blending the physical world with augmented and virtual reality, and we can individuals can communicate and transact, and that I will cover in my session down the line. And because of this communication and social aspect, it's like a full word is there where you are able to talk with other person, you can meet other person, you can buy the things. And the we create the avatars here. So whatever the, and I will cover that, what is the digital avatar, like sort of digital twin of me, all those things are there, and it's a living experience which is like, always running and persistent. So just to give this perspective, what do I mean by persistent, and to give everybody an idea of this, today we are having this call, which is, let's say, it is getting organized on YouTube, and we can say it's one of the call which is happening, in which I am talking and you people are able to hear. So how it is different from what will be the next version of this, of the metaverse, when I'm saying that there can be a metaverse platform where we can have the meeting. uh, Today also we are having the meeting where I am sitting in Bangalore, some of you may be in different places of India. So how it is different, and let me give, we have to think of it, because I have joined certain of those metaverse platforms, so you can think of it. They have created a building in which a conference room is there, a lobby and booth is there, that way. And in the conference room, let's say when I go and I talk, uh, the other speaker are able to, other audience is able to hear me. But in case certain audience goes out from that, you know and let's say they go to the lobby or this whatever other booths, they will not able to hear a speaker. So today, as of now, I'm assuming you all have been got muted, and that's why you're able to hear my voice. And now, if suppose all of you get unmuted, there will be a cacophony of voice. Everybody talking with each other. That way, the what happens. Uh, Now in metaverse, and the example what I've given, that there is a building in which conference room is there, and there is a lobby and booth. So people who have joined the metaverse from different places, and they're in the conference room, yeah, they are able to talk with each other and hear each other. But let's say some people walk out from that conference room and go to the lobby, they will not able to hear the speaker, as well as the speaker will also not able to hear them. So I think that should give you some idea of that, how it is different from the call which is happening today. And if there is a question related to that, because you have to understand this concept, which is what one of the key thing is, because this is the normal question. We already have various meeting and call option which in the last 2 3 years have picked up, and we all are using. So what is the difference? This is the one difference which I will say, which I have experienced also. That you people who are there in that again, people have joined that metaverse platform from various places, but uh, only people who are there in that conference room are able to hear the speaker. People who have walked out, the way it happens in real life, if you walked out from the conference room, you will not able to hear a speaker, as well as a speaker will also not able to hear. And when I say persistent, what it means, it's always running. So here, if I take an example of, I'm assuming some of you may have played certain online games. Now, in online games, what happened that when you started the game, you started playing, and when you switch off, that game got stopped. Everything got stopped there. In metaverse, there is nothing like stopping. It's like again a real word in that virtual word, if I have to say. So again, taking the example of what I talked of earlier, that there is a building somebody has created in a metaverse platform in which conference room is there, and whatever people can go attend. So that conference room, it's not that somebody has to open that metaverse platform that time. So that metaverse platform is there, and there are certain companies you people should explore it out, which are already providing that experience. Uh, Again, the main difference is, as I said, one is that you're not able to hear the speaker if you move out, though you have all have joined the same thing. Similarly, you can visit that conference room at any point of time, 24 by 7. So if we equate with the meeting which is happening today this meeting got opened up, we have joined it, and it will get closed after some time, maybe 1 hour or 2 hour, and then yeah, this part is not there. But in the metaverse, whatever the conference room I'm talking, that's not the case. If you have the login, you can join that metaverse platform. You can go to that conference room 24/7, assuming of course you have the permission. So it's like a real thing, a real conference room is there in that virtual world. So these are the main things of the metaverse. Now let's come to it. And again, I'll try to start giving more example and ideas how it is different from the current thing. In the, like, currently we have internet, and where it's sort of you look at the internet. But in the metaverse, you are into the metaverse, you are into the conference room or building or whatever I've talked about. Now, why it is gaining so much traction? So my thought process is that we all human being, we have our basic needs, which is like, getting the food, getting clothes, getting house, uh, and for health whatever else is required. Those are the basic need. When we able to fulfill that, then we try to get the good experience. So analogy if I give, like food, we have the food at home or whatever other place, and after that, uh, once that is done, we want to have the food in a uh, restaurant, or maybe go to the higher end hotel. Now many times when you go to a higher end hotel, it's not that the food is very good. Yeah, it can be good there also, but it is more of a, you wanted to get that experience of whatever that resort or that big hotel is providing. And that way we can take many other example of, after you are done with your basic clothes, then you will want to purchase or buy some fashionable, whatever seems good to you, those type of clothes or hat or many other thing. The point what I was trying to say, that it's all our human nature, that once we are able to fulfill our basic need, we always wanted a good experience. And this thing was already there. Metaverse just happened to one of the source which is helping in manifesting and help us in availing those experiences. So as I said, it's not a thing which was totally alien to it. We all wanted to have a good experience, and that's what we all wanted to do. Be either getting better clothes, better food, better home. It's just to get a better experience, because our basics need is like, very basic things. After that, you really want to get a good experience, and that's what the metaverse is helping. The other point what I wanted to highlight, and which occurred to me when I was writing my earlier book, which driving digital transformation, there I have given the formula. I said that to do the digital transformation, you have to use the formula called ASSET, which is like AI, cloud, IoT, and data. But the main thing in this is that we are uh, doing data management. So people who have already gone through the digital transformation or read that, main thing is what we say, maybe that our today's age, or maybe till now the age is the, it's all dependent on data economy or information economy, different names we have given. But it's all about data. How do you gather the data, which can be through internet of the thing, or from various other ways, by getting the structured data, unstructured data. There are the cheap data storage devices has come, where we are able to store the big data. We are able to host that data in the cloud, and getting the, again, the cheap cloud computing power, so that we can make out a meaning of that data, and using AI, artificial intelligence, which is again all about finding the pattern of the data and making a personalized thing. Now companies, or who have already gone through, or or in the advanced stage of digital transformation, they have understood this concept. They are using the data, and are able to offer the personalized offers to their customers. So whatever, and there I have called them the fan companies, which is like Facebook, Amazon, Alphabet, Apple, and Netflix. Alphabet is for Google. So I'm sure many of you must have done the shopping of either on Amazon or tried watching movie on Netflix. And what it does is that based on your data, your earlier viewing habit, it tells you which this is the next product. People like you have bought this type of next product, or based on your habits, this can be the next movie which you should watch. So this was a very new and good thing some years back, when this concept was introduced. I believe now many of the companies have started or understood this concept and started doing this one. So what it means, this part, the data management part and offering a personalized offer, is like becoming a commodity. Everybody will do that. What next? And that is where it, according to me, it will move from data to experience. So, and that's what metaverse is also converging on that concept. And it is much more than the artificial, that augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality, XR, and we will see in the session also. And it covers all five senses, which is like, you're able to see, hear, touch, smell, taste. Now, let me give some more thought process, because some of you must have read the news or heard about it, that land in metaverse is like, going at a very high prices. People are buying, and it surprises why people are buying that land at that high prices. My thought process is, and again, the analogy I'll give, if I told somebody that buy a domain name maybe 30 or 35 year back, maybe www.digital.com or whatever, it would have been very easy to buy, or you wouldn't have bought it, because or but now those type of domain names are not even available, or if you're trying to buy that type of domain name, it's very costly. I think the same thing will happen in metaverse. People are buying the land, are buying in that assumption that tomorrow that land, whatever the space they are getting there, will become the way domain names have become. And again, for both of them, what is fueling is, many a times, is the advertisement money. So what happens for the companies, they advertise wherever they are finding their relevant customer, or wherever the other customers or prospects are there, and so that they get the eyeballs, they get the mind share. So when those things were not there earlier, there was a billboard and these type of things were there. They used to advertise there. Later, when the radio and TV came, advertisement money started moving there. In 2000 type, when internet came and people start spending time on the online, now we have seen many more ad, or online commerce itself is there, where a lot of advertisement gets shown. And I believe this is what will happen for metaverse also. If many of us, to get a better experience, start spending our time into metaverse, obviously the companies will also want to advertise in the place where customer is there or is spending more time. And if that is the metaverse, it means the advertisement money will also move to metaverse. And to relate to it, and that is where the lands what people are buying in metaverse can become valuable, because on those land or those shop or the area whatever they are buying, their companies will want to put their products there, advertise there. So this is where maybe it is driving the why in the metaverse the land prices are going high, or why it makes sense. Now again, I'm not suggesting at this moment that you should buy the thing there, but this is what my thought process is, why those things are moving in this direction. So this is just to confirm from anybody can confirm you are able to hear, and I've now moved to the slide which says Metaverse Ecosystem. Some example, just any of you can confirm you are able to see this slide. Hello, Parth or Dipanshu, anybody can just confirm. Hello,
Yes, sir. Yes, 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 yes.
you are able to see the slide which says
Yes, sir.
Metaverse
Yes, sir.
Ecosystem. Okay, great. Okay.
Yes, yes,
So this is the metaverse ecosystem, and I have given, as per my thought process, which I believe are currently part of it. And again, I have given example of some companies. This is not the full list. It's like a some companies which I knew and whatever I have studied also as part of my book which I'm writing, and that's what I have studied. So the first level is like creation and experience area in the metaverse ecosystem, and where you are able to see the companies like Roblox, Fortnite, Minecraft, or Decentraland, which is like creation and experience area. Second is the wearable for all senses, which is for your seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, and even tasting also. So what I know is that this Meta Oculus, Microsoft HoloLens 2, Samsung, Apple is also supposed to come out with this one. So this is again all the watching and hearing. Then there is a company called Behaptic, which provide the sensor like of you get a feeling of touching the things. It produce those type of vibration or the sense of touching. Similarly, Magic Leap, Nintendo Switch, OVR technology is there, which provide the smelling part. So you are able to smell different. It produces those type of smells, various smells, whatever the company wanted, and the customer knows and is able to smell. Similarly, Feel Real also does the same thing. It's able to provide the smell. And what I read now is like there is something like TTTV, touch your TV screen. Sorry, taste your TV screen. I think that is still in the early stage, but it's more idea there is that if you touch that or taste it, you're able to taste some things there. Now, I believe the taste part is still yeah, it's still getting evolved, but that gives an idea of how the technology is moving. So you are able to see, hear, you get a feeling of getting you're touching something, you're or somebody is able to touch you and you are able to feel those senses, you are able to smell that, and yeah, maybe able to taste also. So these are our five senses, and if all those are really in a environment or in an advanced way it is available and are integrated, that gives you the full feeling of being a immersive, almost real experience. The next part on this metaverse ecosystem, I will say that there are companies who are creating the digital avatar and providing the toolkits of that, which is like some of the companies like Avatar, Tuffy, Crypto Avatars, and then to provide the engine and tools for 3D design. DT here stands for digital twin for the physical entity, and which is where NVIDIA, Omniverse, Unity, Autodesk are providing. And then the whole ecosystem is powered by, there is an economy of it. If you are, what we discussed till now, that you are able to buy the things uh, or sell the things and get the money, which is uh, PayPal, Coinbase. Similarly, MetaMask is there, which is the crypto wallet, and marketplaces OpenSea, DMart are there. And again, AI is also playing a good role here. To making a personalized experience or able to create avatars other than what was there for the human being, but other avatars. So these are the companies. Then there is a social commerce of that, which is on the Discord, Meta, which is like earlier Facebook, and to host, render, and stream all those things. So of course many things are, or maybe I'll say almost all the things are available on cloud, but there is a much more to than the hosting of the thing, because you have to render the things and stream the thing, and which is where these companies Polystream, Maori, and all other big players which are there in the cloud are also there. And below that again will be the blockchain platform, which is Polygon, Solana. And for connectivity, because all those things what we are talking of, where we have created digital avatar of a human being, of a shop, of a stadium, of a sea, all those things, so that require a good connectivity, bandwidth, and speed. And that will surely require 5G or maybe 6G even. And these companies, again, I've named some, Verizon, Nokia, Ericsson, which will be playing the role here. So again, these are some of the example of the companies which I believe are the part of this metaverse ecosystem, which I highlighted in the left side. There are many other companies, and whoever is interested, I suggest you go to the internet. You can find out on for these components which are the other companies. And because this metaverse is still evolving, so yeah, people are coming with uh, new thing, I will say, maybe every week, or if not every week, every month. There is a much more improvement of what are the, let's say, digital avatar, the way they were getting created some time back and now. So yeah, these are the metaverse ecosystem. So let's go to some other things so that you get more experience, more idea of this one. So one of the pillar of metaverse is of course the AR, VR, MR, and XR. These definitions I have taken from Wikipedia. So just I'll quickly run through. I'm assuming many of you may be knowing what is AR, VR, but I'll just give a. AR is augmented reality, means you put your camera on certain buildings and you get to know about that building, when that building was built, or who has built it, and other properties of that building. So for any object you put AR lenses, which can be into your mobile or whatever the other device is there. It tells you about that object, the various other detail. Virtual reality is that, where you totally get into another system and the things get blocked. You are not able to see other things, and you are totally immersed into a different world. Now mixed reality is a something in between. So what it means, let's say I am sitting in my drawing room at the moment, I'm able to see the other environment which is nearby, which is like there is a table, there is a TV, or there is a chair in my drawing room. Now if I'm able to see and experience, let's say, a car in my drawing room by sitting here, and I'm able to touch that car, as well as I'm able to see and observe the table and chair which are put into my drawing room. Now this is the example of mixed reality, and that is the direction which metaverse is taking. So you are still able to see the your surroundings and getting the whatever the virtual reality equivalent, the other things. So as I said again, and that's what I give the example. Think of it that in your drawing room there is a car now suddenly is there, which is a virtual car, but you are able to touch it, see it, and you are still able to see the surrounding tables or wall. So that is the mixed reality. And extended reality sorry, is a like the umbrella term for all the things from all real virtual environment. It is like a superset. So this is what the extended reality is going to play a bigger role here. And as I said, all these definitions I have taken from Wikipedia, but these are the main things. So quickly I'll go to the NFT. Because this is also one of the terms which get confused, or maybe I just thought I will explain that part. NFT is like non-fungible token. It has both the things, which is like utility value as well as the aesthetic value. So, and yeah, it is powered by the blockchain, which is the underlying. So for a land or house record, you get that, or your identity record, digital identity record, that also is a NFT. And now where NFT will be important in metaverse? In metaverse, those are virtual concerts will be happening, or let's say if you're buying from some places, things. So of course there will be fungible token also will be there, the cryptocurrency, or the non-fungible token, which is like, for the virtual concert or special events which are happening in metaverse. So through the NFT which you have got, you'll able to attend, because that way it will authenticate that it's a real you who has bought the ticket, if I say, for that concert, and you only are able to attend that virtual concert. And similarly, it serves as a proof of attendance also. Maybe you can save that ticket or equivalent of that, the NFT what you have got. And NFT of course is the second, is the aesthetic value. It's like which is all the collectibles or all the rare item. Now where again it's become important, and somewhere it overlap with the metaverse and other things also. It helps in proving in the provenance thing. Now, provenance means it's like relating to the original item, a record of ownership. So, as I said here in the PPT, if today you wanted to buy a authentic Van Gogh painting, it's very difficult job. A reason being, if somebody is selling you a Van Gogh or Picasso painting, how do you know it's really authentic? How do you figure it out that it's not that somebody has painted whatever the original thing was there now only and selling you? So today what is getting done, that when you're trying to buy a painting, I'm just painting is example, there are experts are there who will see that painting by the color, by the texture, by the other things which are there, and they may tell you based on their, of course, knowledge and expertise, that yeah, it can be a authentic Van Gogh painting. But if you notice, it is like again a subjective thing and based on the expertise by that person. Now, suppose instead of that, a painting is created and the artist has put that record on blockchain as an NFT. And after that, when the artist has sold to the person one, and maybe person one has sold to the person two, and like that, person three, four, and now it may be the person X who is selling to me. All those records are there as NFT. It was secured earlier, and all those transaction history is there. So, just to summarize, what it means is that and after that, it has been sold to A, B, C, D person, and all the transaction history is maintained. Maybe then I can trace back and find out, yeah, this is a really whatever that Van Gogh painting, or now of course it's today is not possible, or for any other artist who has done the painting, it is so it is a real authentic thing. That gives me more confidence because now I'm able to trace back. Today, if you're trying to buy any painting, as I said, it's not possible. You just look at that painting and try to get the expert opinion. Now, when you're able to trace back, that gives you more confidence that yeah, because all those transaction records are available. So it helps in provenance. And yeah, just to where it will help also the global art and collectible market. Collectible can be like anything which is like a coin or stamps or cards or sport card or anything like that. It is in billions, and the big percentage of that is actually forged or fake. So now going forward, if the things are secured through NFT and blockchain, it will be very much useful, and especially again in the metaverse because everything is virtual. So you have to, whatever the goods you are selling, especially the digital arts or painting or anything, if it is not an NFT, then it may have happened somebody has done the copy paste of certain things and is trying to sell you. So that is where NFT will start playing bigger role. And it will also help in experience and now the creator economy. So what it means is that musician, artist, writer, designer, assuming all the tools are available, they can create the digital twin of the or whatever that product in the metaverse without actually creating the product, because it's like you are creating the things virtually, secured as an NFT, so that nobody else can claim that. So if you have created an experience or you have created any other thing, be it a garment, it can be jewelry, painting, or anything which is new, which you feel it's a unique now, or it has some new ideas. So one can create that, get it secured, and in the metaverse, those things can be experienced by your potential buyer or the other companies, and you can sell directly through that, whoever, whichever the individual or company wanted to buy. So that is where the NFT physical item, where it will help, which I said for the land record and other things. And okay, these are some of the standards of NFTs. NFT, as I said, like non-fungible token, and ERC is Ethereum request to connect. So ERC20 is standard token for Ethereum, like it is for fungible token from the cryptocurrency is what we talk of. ERC 721 came out, which is the non-fungible token, which is like, with along with the smart contract, it is making it non-fungible. And ERC 998 is a composable NFT, which means you are able to combine two non-fungible token and do it. So think of it like, painting. Uh, if you're buying a painting, a digital painting, along with the video of the artist, maybe some seconds or 10 seconds video when you're creating, or if you're buying certain baseball which was used in the final of the soccer match, along with the winning shot, the clip of that. So maybe these are the example of composable NFT. Moving further, the other pillar, or I will say the one of the most important pillar of the metaverse, is the digital twin. Just again, the definition of digital twin is like it's a virtual representation that serves as the real-time digital counterpart. This digital twin, concept wise and maybe usage wise, also started, I will say, many year back. It was mainly, or is still getting used in manufacturing sector. So before creating a car, you can create the digital twin of that, and you can check that before you actually create. So think of it that, of course, in people, I'm assuming in this student community also, you may have heard of CAD, computer assisted design, or for creating a building, you create the blueprint of that. Sometime it will be a 2D something on the paper. You try to give that how it will look like. Now digital twin helps you in understanding these things. So you can create really a car or a building in, so we are creating a digital twin where you've created something in the virtual world only. You're able to experience that, touch it, rotate it, or roam around it, whatever, depending on what type of thing you have created. If you have created a car, maybe you're trying to drive also, or you can sit inside that, or if there is an apartment, you can roam around it. But the beauty is, actually no money or time has been spent till now in creating the actual physical object. So what it means, it helps in a better design, because today you create the prototype and then you build and execute it, and many a time there is a lot of rework required, because what was initially thought of versus when you are actually building, let's say, apartment which is bigger in size, but what you have done, that drawing was on paper, it was a small size thing, you have done the design, and now you created actually the building, you may be getting into a lot of rework. Or think of any airplane or car, when these things are getting manufactured based on the uh, design on paper, they contain many components, like there is a body of either the car or plane, then there is a wheel, there is a electric wiring will be there, there are seats are there, many other things will be there, and all these things are getting manufactured in a virtual environment. Now that is where the metaverse is solving, and how it is solving, by creating the digital twin of whatever the entity you wanted to create, and you can, they said, you can rotate it, touch it. Other stakeholder, which can be your prospect or customer, can also give the feedback of that. And finally, when the design is frozen, everybody is agreed, then only you spend your money and time to create the real objects. So like, you can do, as I said, multiple iteration to incorporate feedback, and it reduces time for the actual construction. So yeah, it is getting used in the manufacturing sector, in the consumer equipment, and it is also helping in, let's say, personalized medical equipment. With, think of it, artificial leg or artificial limb for the person who needs it, because each human body is different. So you just cannot create one artificial limb and sell to everybody. It need to get created for the person who needs it. Now again, in the, with the digital twin in the metaverse, you can create it, let that person experience before you really create the physical, whatever the artificial limb you wanted to create. And similarly, in a community or in a village, if they wanted to create certain things, they can really create a metaverse equivalent in the metaverse, the equivalent of the things which can be seen by the other stakeholder before the really, let's say, that bridge they wanted to create, or a local vehicle which can work in that environment. uh, they wanted to do that. So those things can be done based on the whatever the community need. That design they can plan in the metaverse before the actual things are happening. And again, this example what I'm giving is, it's not something of the future. These things are already happening, and that's what again I have read through internet. And that way, in some of the countries, these and some of the companies, these things have already started, where a community together has built, or for wherever needy person, that way the artificial limb was created. So digital twin again played is going to play a major role here. What else? The metaverse, it provide the immersive experience. So as I said, like, there is a shop, or there is a garment, there is a shoe. So and you are getting the a immersive experience, which is like you're able to see, hear, touch, smell, or taste. So yeah, you can participate in the sports. As of now, maybe you're in a stadium or you're watching a TV. Better will be that, yeah, you're sitting at home and feeling like you're sitting in a stadium, and uh, the match is happening in front of you. That way you're not, uh, earlier what I said, you're not looking at the internet, you're not looking at TV, you are into the stadium. Or yeah, rocking with your favorite celebrity in case there is a concert happening. Last year there were certain concerts happened through some rock star, where uh, their fans or audience were able to join, and it was like a real life, and they are able to enjoy that. Similarly, it will be new ways of viewing movies. This will also help the adults and person with special needs, who wanted to get a experience of, let's say, of mountain trekking, or walking along the sea, or in some other country they wanted to visit, or whatever. You just think of it, all those things. So now those experiences can be provided, and finally it has to be engaging experience with the customer. So uh, for all those people it can be, and for everybody else also, it can be a immersive experience will get provided in the metaverse. And yeah, it is helping you experiencing the thing before you buy. So, be it a garment, jewelry, shoe, or a car, and you wanted to sit in that car, you get a feeling of sitting, touching the car, opening the door, or even get a feeling of driving along with whatever your favorite is. Like, some people want to drive along the sea, or highway with a good speed. You will get that experience in metaverse by doing this one. And accessories, house accessories, whatever you wanted to, be it a furniture or table chair, whether it's matching with your drawing room walls color, curtains, whatever. So you can get those things, you can experience these things before you actually buy. Same way, well, like before you go to any hotel resort, you can get a full view of that hotel resort by sitting at your home, and before you actually go to that place. Another example which I give, today if you have to buy a house or an apartment, it's like and where, let's say, that apartment is still not built, where the real estate owner is planning to build a building there, a apartment there, and you are going and trying to buy. So today what happens, you go to that place, that land, there is nothing is there, or maybe a model house will be, he may have constructed, but other place is empty. Now if he's constructing a high rise building there, maybe you wanted to buy a home on which is there on the 12th floor, maybe facing the sea also. Experiencing today those things is almost impossible. You look at the whatever the print or the architecture design what he provided, maybe a model house which he may have created, and you try to see what does it mean, how it will look like. But in metaverse, because it can be created a virtual, that building can be created, and yeah, you can go to the 12th floor or 14th floor in that building, which is again a virtual, and facing the sea. You can get the full experience before you freeze and finalize that house. So this is where it will help everybody, maybe either the real estate person or the customer or prospect who is planning to buy the apartment. So again, this can be extended to all the things uh, experienced before you buy. This is where, and this is what the metaverse will help. Other thing is, of course, the learning and training. So for many of us also, when we were in other classes, or even in, I'm sure, yeah, COVID may have prevented something, but otherwise, normally the field trips are planned so that you go to the factories or museum, historical places, depending on what are the subjects you have taken. And what has been found out by research, that it's very difficult, though for some students it's easy to read from the book and understand, but for some others it's difficult to just reading by the book and understanding. That's why many times we have the in our earlier college days also, and here also, in today also, you might be having certain practical exam where you'll be going to some labs and experimenting the things so that you can understand how things work. Again, to different concept, whatever, how it works. Now imagine if you are able to go and visit by in your college campus only the different factories or whatever is relevant to your subject, and see those machines working, or you can able to touch, or you can you can play with that machine, if I say, or you can destroy even that machine by opening the machine, looking at the different part of the machine. So this will help you in understanding how that machine works. And the beauty here is that today, if you go to a factory and try to deassemble any equipment or try to destroy, if I say, that's why you want to, let's say you wanted to learn, now that physical equipment become a waste. It cannot be used by other person. But in the metaverse, the beauty is that yeah, you are able to experience that factory by sitting in your campus, and the equipment which was created was a virtual. So even if you have destroyed, it can always be reconstructed again, and the next set of batch can again do the training. Or maybe you wanted to again try and understand, again you can open that machine and look at the different part. So you can deconstruct, construct multiple times, that you can do. And similarly, it will help in the corporate training, like how do you do the maintenance of the big equipment. The example what I've given for the students, again it applies in the corporate training also. And for the other various type of training, which is like for the police and army or for the fire department drills. So as of now also, they get trained in that how to handle a big crowd, or if there is a battlefield where landmines are there and different other people are there, how do you get trained. Now all those risky situation or different type of situation can be created in metaverse, so that whoever required that training can get trained. And again, uh, remember, you created a digital twin of that environment, of the other equipment, which can be played, which can be destroyed, and can be reconstructed again. So you can do multiple training almost at a extra cost. So that is the beauty of the metaverse, which will help in the learning and training. Similarly, I'll cover one more sector, though of course metaverse will touch all the sectors, all the industries, according to me. Healthcare. So the earlier example what I was giving, for the doctors, they have to learn how to do surgery, and that too on the various body part, how to do the surgery, and they have to do that. Today you require a real human body to do the surgery, or they get included whenever a surgery by the senior doctor is happening. Then the junior doctors join that and try to see how the senior doctor is doing, and that's how somehow they learn. Now in metaverse, those human bodies also can be created, so you can do surgery in a virtual way, but on those virtual bodies, but this is a real surgery where you are doing. And taking cue for what earlier I said, you do the surgery, and again the human body can be reconstructed again. So you can do multiple times of training, times those training, or different batch of doctors can do training in this world, and again it's almost zero extra cost. uh, so this is again, and it can be extended again to other sectors. In healthcare, this is like one of the important thing where it will help. And similarly in the mental health, people who are down, uh, feeling depressed, stressed, now for them it's a feel good environment can be created, because that is what which can relax, now which can be anything, which can be uh, around them a good atmosphere of whatever they're lacking. If they like roaming around the sea, or going to a forest or garden, whatever it is, whatever the feel good things which can help and relax that person, that environment by sitting in his own home can be provided. That will help. And it will help removing in various type of phobias. Like many persons have that, going to a high rise building or heights, they have phobia now. Or even for the public speaking, now in the metaverse, those environment can be created, a high rise building can be created, and it can be told to that person to go to that, maybe the 12th floor, or maybe the 40th floor of that building, so that he become comfortable going to those high rise building. And he also knows that it is a virtual world, so he will not fall, or in fact he will not fall. But his phobia of those heights, or even uh, public speaking, will go away. Now in the public speaking, what has been thought of that, because many times the speaker is afraid of the audience, whether they'll be making noise, or will not allow him to speak, or people get butterflies when they are speaking on the stage. Now they can practice in metaverse along with the virtual audience, and those can be configured. It means those audience will not make any noise. uh, you can start with that, so that you become good at the public speaking, and later there can be virtual audience who will talk a lot or whatever, try to disturb you, but even then you are able to do the speaking on stage. So your phobia of that part will go away. And remember, all these are virtual, so you are also confident that no real person is teasing you or making fun of you. So your phobia gets over before you really go to the real public speaking platform or the building. So this will help. Now, finally, I'll just to conclude, because many times this question get asked: is metaverse good, and where we are moving? And I try to broaden that question. It's more of a, like, where the technology is taking us. And my thought process is technology is only an enabler. It always provide you more options, and technology is always neutral. It's many times view human being, whatever the technology or the event, the discovery or the invention would have think of it, it always has come with the pros and cons. So technology was always neutral. It's like we human being, it's totally up to us how do we want to utilize that. It's like an enabler, giving you more options, more choices. There are the pros of that, there are the always cons of all technology, and same is true for metaverse also. But yeah, we can get those options to create better community, better experience, diverse culture. Maybe just think of it, where uh, in many countries including ours, where people talk in different languages. Now in metaverse, yeah, think of it, and already there are certain smart devices are there which translate. Now once they are fully integrated in metaverse, so the person may be talking in language A, which I'm not able to understand, but when I'm hearing it will, I'm able to hear in the language which I can understand. So this is again with a diverse culture, and people talking in different languages. All those things I will able to hear and see in the language which I am expert in or which I can understand. So this will help in creating again the smart cities, smart universities, smart hospital, and yeah, many things like that. So that's what my thought process for metaverse is. So yeah, and just to give you a thing, so even last year I've written the book Driving Digital Transformation. For that, now the Hindi book has also come, and my book on Metaverse and Web3 for business transformation is coming in next month, where I've detailed out many other use cases for more than 11 industries. So, thank you all, and happy to connect and take questions here.
Uh,
And
so I think, yeah. So all the very best, sir, for your upcoming book next month. We all hope that it's a great success. Also, absolutely, sir. In fact, the other day, I came across a quote by Mark Zuckerberg which states that, today I think we look at the internet, but I believe in future we are going to experience it. I mean, we are going to be in the experiences. So that's something that I would, truly agree with. And also, the whole PPT was very explanatory, along with the example part of the metaverse ecosystem. It helped us get a hang of the topic and relate it with, as we use those products and services of the companies mentioned in our day-to-day lives. So that was something that we could relate with also. So now we'll be starting with the Q&A session, and I would request everyone to post their queries and doubts in the chat box so that sir can answer them. Yeah, so we have our first question, which is, how will the metaverse be incorporated into our current internet?
so it will not be incorporated in the current internet like a journey of that. It will be the advanced version of that. But as I said, I have seen as of today also certain things. Now, okay, let's put it like that. For a true metaverse, for the real experience of immersion, uh, the wearables which I have talked about, so that you get a headset which can be Oculus or HoloLens 2 or Be Haptic, which I've talked in my PPT. To really get that experience, you will require those things. But as of now, there are few examples of that, and there are many other examples which are on the current internet. If the question is like that, so what it means, there are those apps are there, and you can download those your apps on your normal PC or tablet, and without wearing getting into any wearables, you can see that. So if you ask me, that is what maybe the first step has happened. And the example which I was giving, where I also have participated in that, the building where a conference room were there. Actually, there are also one talk on metaverse I have given. So, but yeah, so that was, you can say, that was the next step into the internet. But real metaverse will be much more than the current internet. But of course, it require things from all directions, and it happens in all the things, like at least for me, internet came in 94, 95 times, and the websites were it was a, I will say, the hi-fi things which were there, like but then many things, other things came up. We got the smartphone, we got a higher bandwidth, internet bandwidth. Then there are applications which are much more interactive, which we call web 2.0. So and then now the current internet is much more than, let's say, what I saw in 94, 95. So I think that is what will happen in metaverse. It will be much better, uh, advanced thing of the internet. And I think, Dipanshu, the quote what you are saying, you look at the internet and you are into the metaverse. So it will be that thing going forward. It will improve next version of the internet.
Right. So I think the question was answered. So now we have the next question, which is, can metaverse open new dimensions in sustainable development?
Okay, so let me first understand, what do you mean by sustainable development? Are you talking of circular economy and the ESG part, so that I can, whoever has asked can
So,
also.
Kosum, could you please answer this question in the chat box?
Are you talking of circular economy and that ESG? Because there is various connotation to sustainable development, and that's why
That's
I.
fine, sir. I think we'll move on to the next question. Whenever he writes it in the chat box, we'll bring up the query. So, what's the
Okay.
next question? Right. So, it is, since most of the metaverse will require the use of blockchain technology, is it practically feasible to create share-like system for NFTs? As in, would it be possible to fragment NFTs into, represent shares?
No, so okay, so I think couple of questions within that. So NFTs will not get fragmented, but conceptually this question is correct. Like, you'll get ownership of the fragmented NFT. So what it means is there is a painting, the example which I has given, and which was of course very costly. No, so for that a NFT has been created, but maybe 100 people will get ownership into that. So that way, yeah, you get the ownership of that fragmented NFT, and you all can own it. Whatever that X number of people, or it can be a vintage car, which is very costly. But yeah, 100 people or whatever 200 people together can get those fragmented NFT and get the ownership of that. And okay, is it practically feasible to create share like a system for NFT? Okay, so there are marketplaces where you list the NFT, you sell the NFT, and as I said, like the communities can buy the NFT and get the ownership of the fragmented NFT. Yes, sort of like a share. So your thought process is correct, something like that. Yeah, it will be possible, or I will say it's already possible. People are doing that way. Some people are already doing. So this is the correct thing. Yeah.
Right. So the next question is, when will the real world be replaced with metaverse?
Should never be. Okay. Should never be. So it should not be, because again, as I said, remember, technology always provide you more options. So it's sort of saying that whether by the cars should you stop doing the physical walking, or maybe the physical walking should get stopped because of car. No, it's the one more option. It just open up the world for you to, you can go to other places also. Maybe when the cars were not there, the traveling to other places were very costly, or maybe only some rich people can do, who have whatever the means to do it. Now after the cars and bike, it helps in giving more options, and you all can travel. So I will say, yeah, it should never get replaced. That is what.
Yeah, I truly agree, sir. I mean, I feel human interaction should be there and not,
Yeah, yeah,
it should be
yeah,
in use to us.
yeah.
So yeah, so the next question is, can we do sort of crypto mining through metaverse?
No, no, no. Okay, so see, again, I will. Crypto mining is like, you create on that blockchain whatever the fungible token or non fungible token. Uh, so I'm not getting, like, metaverse is different. Like, for the metaverse, one of the foundation is blockchain, and on that blockchain you do the mining to get a fungible token or non fungible token, which I'm assuming you're talking of the crypto mining. Like, you get the cryptocurrencies, which is like a fungible token, or you get non fungible token. So and this will help you in doing the buying or selling or whatever in metaverse. But you do the mining, the crypto mining on the blockchain, and which is like a Ethereum, Solana. You pay the gas fee there and you get that way. So it is one of the foundation for metaverse, but not through metaverse.
Right, right, right. So the next question we have is, what's your say about upcoming Ethereum 2.0 update?
So I think what they have talked of, and I will talk that much only, that whatever the proof of work and proof of stake, that is the thing. How do you validate this one? Now, if you are asking me when it is come and whether it will really come, that I don't know. I'm not a Ethereum spokesperson, but I'm also looking forward to it. They said that once the proof of stake uh, that tokenization they will use, it will be much more scalable. See, again, in the blockchain there are two three things are there, like the security, the decentralization part, and the scalability. And what we realize that many times you get two things at the expense of third one. So if you are able to scale, sometimes security become less. So I will just say I'm also watching how the Ethereum 2.0 update with the proof of stake will happen. Let's see that. I will just reserve my comment till then.
Right. So the next question we have is, why 97% of the NFTs run on Ethereum? I mean, yeah, even I had this question, like all I know is Ethereum is like a decentralized blockchain platform which like establishes a peer-to-peer network. But, I wanted to know more about this topic. So, yeah, so could you please elaborate on it?
No, no. Okay. So again, I said I'm not the Ethereum spokesperson. Okay. So what I'm telling is also what I've read. So okay, and I'll just try to answer based on that part only. But again, I'm not saying it's accurate or correct, because I'm not the Ethereum spokesperson. see, what I know that Ethereum came out with the smart contract in 2015 or something like that. So before that, we had the fungible token, which was the Bitcoin or whatever the other cryptocurrencies. Now, when the smart contract thing they have introduced, that is where what I talk of ERC20 was the fungible token, and ERC721, which is along with the smart contract, that makes it NFT, non-fungible token. So when we talk of non-fungible, it means it's a unique and it's not fungible with others. That part is there in the smart contract, and which I believe, again, this has to get checked, but what it's again from my reading, what I found out, Ethereum came out with that, and maybe that may be the reason why, because it was the initial person or the first one which to came out with the concept of that. That's why maybe the majority of the NFTs are there on the Ethereum. Now, of course, on the Solana and others are also coming out, so I'm assuming they also gaining traction. Then there are various other things like, because it's like that, one major crowd comes into one platform, people started going to that because you get a comfort that others have done it at that platform, I'll also go there. So I believe these are the couple of the reasons why majority, I don't know whether it's 97%, but I also know that the majority of the NFTs are there in the Ethereum. And again, I'm not a Ethereum spokesperson, but as per my knowledge, this is what I believe, because they
Right.
got the smart contract. Yeah.
Right. So, right. Well answered, sir. And so now can we have, okay, right. So we have one more question. What do you think of as the end goal of technologies such as Metaverse?
So I think it will provide various options. And to be honest, let me put that way: when the internet came in '94, and that will help in me or whatever, it will help in during this pandemic time, or it will help us in shopping through mobile. I don't know whether everybody was able to think of it. And similarly, I will say I am also not able to visualize fully of the what will the end goal. But yeah, it will provide more option, and as I said, especially for the people who are not able to avail those options, be it a person with a special need, or anybody else who's not able to travel, or for whatever reason not able to avail. So uh, I think we'll be seeing many more use cases coming out. Whatever some things I talked about, you are experiencing buying a house on that apartment on the 14th floor, which is actually not there, or able to design better equipment and things like that. So I believe these are the things with the digital twin immersive experience you'll able to see this one.
Right. So we have the next question up. How can Metaverse revolutionize educational and healthcare systems?
I think I have already covered that, especially for the healthcare. I believe lot of training, even educational and health both, it will uh, help in first in the training and the learning, because learning only through book is become very difficult versus you really experiencing those things. So that is what it will help in this educational and healthcare. And for healthcare, there is again many things, be it mental health or the surgeries or many other things where it will help in this sector.
Right. So now I think we have answered this question. So I think there's one more question by Karan, which states, what are the chances that Metaverse will tamper with our real world thinking and, potentially destroy our take on the issues of real world?
Okay.
Yeah. So this
See,
is
again, as I said, like technology always is like the plus or minus. So let me put it other way. Just now I talked about this one, that in metaverse, because you're able to create the experience, you're able to help people who are under stress or whatever the mental health issues. So yeah, you are able to, how you are helping them by changing their thinking. Now you're able to do that. That is the positive way of doing that. Somebody can always do that with the tempering of that, which I believe is true for to start with. And I understand it's a valid question, but it's always has been true for whatever the things. Now in the, currently, whether the books are there or the OTT shows are there or the movies are there, there is always, there is a good part of it, or there is a con part of it. So I think this is true for metaverse also. So it and let me put it that way, I believe this also will happen. There will be some people who will try to do that, as well as people who will try to structure your thought in a positive way or in a different way. So yeah, let's be ready. It will happen. It's
Right.
all
So,
on the
sir,
human being. Yeah, yeah.
now is a question that I have. So, like, like unconstrained from physical limits of time and space, the metaverse presents basically a transformational new opportunities across, various industries. So now adding to it, I personally feel that, in this digital era, the trends, they spread very quickly, and metaverse being a revolution, like than a trend, will have more impact and, wide as well as a quick spread. So my question being, are the regulators ready for the metaverse in the near future?
No,
Because
no, I'm
if
not
it'll
answering that.
boom, then it'll just boom very quickly. So are the regulators ready for it?
No, Divanshu, I'm not answering that question because again, because I see each country has different regulation, and
Right,
I will say I respect all the regulators because they have uh, a duty towards whatever get rolled out in the society, and
right,
it's their duty and responsibility that be it any type of crime, be it a physical crime, and that's why you have those regulations, or the cyber crime. That is where their duty, and they take time. Uh, if I give an analogy, it's like a whenever any drug or medicine get developed, if you notice, it goes through various trials. Even for the COVID time also, where whole world was impacted, even then it has taken time. Various countries, various regulators coming, because they were little afraid that once it get rolled out in the society, and if suppose that drug or the COVID drug is not proper, it will impact. So that's why the regulators come into the picture. So though sometimes we may think that why regulators and are they ready, according to me, as I said, I respect all the regulators because they also have that big responsibility, so that society does not get spoiled. Once things go out of hand, it will not be stopping. So what I know, different countries are many countries are actually debating on this, be it a crypto, be it a metaverse, or whatever the digital world means, whatever the virtual economy may mean. How do you make sure we put the enough rail guards, safeguards, so that it does not go out of hand? Yeah, and that we have to see each country how it comes out with their regulations.
right. So, sir, as per you, basically different countries will have different regulations and times when they will be regulating this metaverse, as
Yeah.
per the regulators approving their policies and looking up into it.
Just to
Right, right,
quickly
right.
add to it, like if you see that for the privacy concern, the GDPR, General Data Protection Rule, has come in Europe. It came after some time, which help in protecting the privacy. Again, it's in Europe and some other countries. It's not across the world. Other countries are still getting to it. I guess this is because this was on the your privacy and your data on the online web, and it should not get misused. Uh, so Europe and some other countries came out. Other countries are following it depending on their regulation. Same, I believe, will happen with the metaverse also.
Right, absolutely, sir. So now I hope all the queries have been answered, and it was great having such a luminary personality with us, sir. You have added, you have truly added value to all of us inspiring techies tonight. And furthermore, to connect with Mr. Raktim Singh, you can, check out the links in the description. Also, there will be the links to his socials coming up right now. So, sir, you can present the thing. You can present the page.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So these are the links to his social. So I would want everyone to connect with such a personality and, get a broader, you know, point of view on this topic.
Yeah, so just
Yeah.
to add, yeah, I'm quite active on LinkedIn and my website is also there. And I love interacting because many times the questions also help me to understand the different perspective coming from different people. Uh, though I keep on writing and talking, but it's questions from different segments from different people always help. So I love interacting. You can connect with me on the LinkedIn, come to my website, or you can drop me a query on my mail. I am happy to answer whenever possible. So these are my main things. Yeah.
So everyone just go follow him up, it'll be, I'm pretty sure he'll be very happy to interact with everyone. So yeah, thank you, sir. That's all for tonight. Thanks everyone for tuning in. It was a great session. I hope to have, such sessions more in the near future. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
thanks
you.
everyone.
Thank
Yeah.
you, sir. Thank you.